The Burlington Conservation Department has undertaken a year-long study of one of the town's watersheds with the goals of reducing the impact of climate change, both in regards to major weather events that could cause flooding and high heat events that could be worsened by development.
And it's all about adaptation to climate change. In Burlington, we're looking at the Vine Brook Aquifer and looking for vulnerabilities there, both with relation to water, flooding, i.e. flooding, and heat island effect from all the pavement and whatnot. The plan will figure out potential remedies or opportunities to improve the situation by using nature-based solutions, which is basically greenery and reducing pavement to not only reduce the flooding, but also reduce the heat.
The study is part of a program called the Municipal Vulnerability Preparedness that is funded with grants from the Massachusetts Executive Offices of Energy and Environmental Affairs. In Burlington, it will focus on the Vine Brook Watershed, extending from Middlesex Turnpike to Mall Road in the district, an area a preliminary study identified as vulnerable to climate change.
It was identified as a really important area to study, and over the year, we're doing lots of steps along the way to lead to what's ultimately a completed study of the Vine Brook Watershed. So there's a field data collection effort that's involved in, understanding where the best locations for nature-based solutions are in the watershed. But then we're going to take what we learned through that technical assessment and then apply what we learned from the community to the stakeholder interests or the stakeholder assessment process. And when we combine the two, we can look at the technical and then the community engagement piece and then come up with solutions that best fit the needs of the community.
A big goal of the program is to keep the environment healthy, but there are other serious components that are also being taken into consideration.
Things, for example, that we're seeing a common theme is public health, right? So in areas where urban heat island exists, where there's lots of development and lots of pavement, the ambient temperatures are higher, especially during extreme heat events. So what does this mean for elderly populations or populations that may have asthma, let's say? And so we want to use these nature-based solutions to mitigate those types of effects within the community.
Once issues are identified by the study, the team will work to come up with nature-based solutions that work with a natural environment or development project.
So an example of this is a rain garden, right? Or a tree planting plan. Or it can be even be something such as an educational or outreach campaign that educates people about climate impacts, the ways you can mitigate those impacts to create a cohesive social resilience within the community as well.
Finally, the group is looking for participation from the Burlington community and are offering different ways of getting involved through the website created for the program.
On that website, they can take a survey, which is important. We have a survey which we're looking for people to participate in, and then there's the photo voice as well.
The photo voice is an interesting stakeholder engagement approach where people within the community just can snap a photo on their phone and upload it, send it to me via the website my email address that's available on the website. And with a 1 or 2 sentence caption, they can tell us experiences that they can communicate their experiences to us about Burlington. And then we can use that to derive information about the interests and priorities of the community. So an example, say someone identifies a large parking lot as a place that they find it really hot to as they go to dine or shop or visit, right? During the summertime, they may want to identify that as well. It would be great to see more street trees in this area, so it's cooler for me as I walk throughout the community.
We will be following up on this project as it progresses and will have future updates. Until then, I'm B News Director Rich Hosford.